What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again. Another episode of the Celebrity Junk. Demo, white folks music! So, guys, I've been talking a lot about Christianity, on my channel, just a little bit here and there. Me and Pocket Watcher JT, we did a show about the top scams the black church runs and things like that. And a lot of guys tend to like those sorts of topics here on the channel. And I also talked about Megan Good, who is supposedly a Christian, and she's like eating booty, like like some booty eating sounds in the background, like she's eating booty like groceries, like literally, like almost on her new Amazon sitcom. She didn't do it, but she thought about doing it. I also want to come now and talk about Russell Wilson and Ciara. Now, here's the, this pseudo Christian couple. And I used to kind of defend them back in the day because obviously, Russell Wilson is in the NFL. Ciara is, an amazing artist, and she's very, very beautiful. But one of the tropes that they like to claim is this whole ideology that they're Christian. And for me, I have a problem with people who say that they're religious, and then they do the things that are not religious. And I want to talk about this whole idea of Ciara twerking topless to this Afrobeat song. Now, again, I know you're an entertainer and you're balancing rum on your head, okay? But if my girlfriend or my wife, I won't show it. We'll just show a screenshot of what it looked like. If you can go to the Instagram, page, just 30 million followers, you have a bottle of rum on your head, butt naked in the sand. You're twerking with no top, no bra on. And you want to tell me you're a woman that believes in God. You're a woman that Christianity is pertinent to your faith. But this is what you're doing. Okay? And let me tell you this. When men allow stuff like this to go on, and I do understand that you're an entertainer, but you don't see Beyonce doing stuff like this. I'm sorry, you don't. There's elements of being an entertainer and having, sex appeal as a woman. And some would even argue, hey, can you be a Christian and even sing secular music? I mean, if we want to go back down to like the 50s and 60s and stuff like that, because, that was the deal back in those days. Hey, you can't sing gospel, all right, and sing secular. I think one of the first people that I actually saw that kind of got away with it was Aretha Franklin, all right? Her and that Amazing Grace album that was produced by Reverend James Cleveland, I believe in 1972. It was a great album. One of the best gospel albums I've ever listened to. It's one of my favorite albums. I bought it when I was just 14. But even that was criticized. How can you sing secular and gospel? Now we're in a more liberal mindset of today. That, all right, a lot of guys that are in the secular world. Well, Little Richard was kind of like that too also before. But, guys like KC and JoJo, they were gospel singers. Beyonce started off at the historic St. John's Baptist Church in Houston, gospel singer. So, okay, we get it. But then there's an element of, why are you saying and professing that you wanted somebody to be, godly in your life? And this is what you're out here presenting yourself to be. You're presenting yourself to be not a woman of God. And don't get mad at me for being critical of this. This is what she says she is. All right. And you see you in church and, you guys are fake speaking. You guys are catching the fake Holy Ghost. You're lifting your hands to God, you and your husband. And I want to tell you guys something. That's why I tell people that obedience is necessary for religions. Like, what makes you a Christian or what makes you a Muslim? It's not about what you do in church. You can run around all day like Andrew Caldwell and say that you're delivered. That doesn't take you anything to do that. But what makes you a Christian or not is obedience. Secondarily, obedience. Tertiary, obedience. Quaternary, obedience. Number 5, obedience. Everything must be obedience. Okay? If you say that you're this, you have to sacrifice certain things to be a part of that. What defines you as a Christian? Okay, there's certain things that you must do in order to be a Christian. You have to be, we have to define what that is. Okay, this person does this, this, and this. They have to do this and follow the rules to be that. You just can't be able to say that you're this and you don't do that in order for you to be a Muslim. You can't say I'm a Muslim and then you eating pork. Okay? You're drinking liquor. Because to be a Muslim, no matter how much you used to like pork or liquor, you can't do that and maintain your title as a Muslim. What that called is, it's called being a hypocrite. And in some terminologies, you may be even considered blasphemous. That's why rules are harsh for people who say they're a part of something and then they're not. And then if they make mistakes, well, you can go look at the Old Testament and see what happens to them. But I just don't buy this. And I've come out to defend, Russell Wilson and Ciara, like, well, listen, they're a married couple and, they do these things and people shouldn't get offended because, they're married. And I know that she was a single mom when he married her. But I think that now you're seeing all of that starting to come about, like, hey, this is your wife. She was dealing with Future. And you're seeing these elements that are there you cannot control, because if the woman had any respect for you, she wouldn't be doing this. Okay? And the reality is that now when you see stuff like this, it's like, okay, you were better off leaving her where she was. You want to do that kind of stuff, you can do it on your own time. But you're not going to do it here. And I tell guys all the time that if women always try to make sure that, you as a black man got to be a Christian to deal with her, because they'll tell you that, oh, well, if you don't believe in God, then I can't date you. If you're not a Christian, I can't date you. And then you go to the Instagram feed and you'll see that they like this video. They don't have a problem with that. And if they have this on their page, then you tell them, well, then you're really not a Christian, so I can't date you, because there got to be rules. And that's the difference between a lot of times, I think, men in our community and women in our community. Rules have to be enforced. You just can't be able to feel what you like to do and be able to do it. That's why there's no accountability. That's why there's so much corruption in Black America, because anybody can just say that, you know what, I feel like I'm this and I'm not. And nobody can come and tell you where you're not based on your actions. Like, you can't tell Ciara that she ain't a Christian. You can't tell her that. Well, you can't tell me how I am with my God. Well, baby, who is your God? Okay? Who is your God? Oh, well, shit, nobody knows, huh? And the reason is because maybe your God is not the one in heaven. Maybe your God is somebody down there. Maybe somebody is that. Okay? So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. I really appreciate you for all that you do. Subscribe, hit the bell, check out the first comment at the top. And as you know, the buffoonery remains the all-time high. I'm out.